Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you.
Dreams, they say, really do come true. Young Nigerian man becomes Osinbajo shoemaker after tweeting at him on Twitter. This was how he advertised his products. Hello, my wonderful people. How are you doing today? A very warm big thank you to every one of you out there. We know that Professor Yemi Osinbajo is supposed to be efficient and supposed to work for Nigerians. A lot of people do have faith in this man, that he should have done more and spoken more for the innocent, because this man, is one person who worked with area boys, street boys. As a matter of fact, even as a vice president, if he goes to a place like, apart from what has happened now, before now, that people have lost faith in him. Some time ago, if he goes to some kind of areas in Lagos and where there are, boys who are looking for, better life, he can relate with them, you see, and people trust him. To mention but a few, this was the same man when Muhammadu Buhari was sick and was in the hospital in London, not in Nigeria, because he does not believe in Nigeria's healthcare. So there's no need to invest. They rather give um, Nigerian healthcare nothing, because they don't believe in the people, and go abroad because they believe that abroad they will do better. Anyway, my people, let's continue. This young man, called out to Osinbajo saying, I want to make your shoe. And Osinbajo responded. Let's continue. The earlier offer to be Osinbajo's shoemaker, asking the VP for an opportunity to make him his shoemaker and to work for him, has come true. Professor Yemi Osinbajo sent delegates to inspect his shop as promises were made to help his businesses. A young Nigerian man with his Twitter handle at JobBest5 has got the attention he really wanted after tweeting at the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, saying he would like to be his shoemaker. In his words and tweets, the man also told the Vice President he would like to meet him and show him the kind of shoes he makes. Weeks after his initial tweet, Osinbajo sent delegates to inspect his shop and took a look at his products. In reaction, the Nigerian man said he feels overjoyed that the Nigerian second citizen would respond to his tweet. According to his tweet, when he responded, he said there are long conversations between him and the representative, as he said a lot of promises are coming his way. Many Nigerians have gone to the comment section of his tweet to congratulate him for being the VP's shoemaker. Although your beginning was small, but this your end shall be great and greatly increased. A testimony to Osinbajo economic stability plan currently being implemented has been openness to new creative ideas. A proof that made Nigeria a better place can grow our economy and our products, whatever we make. Well, this is a man on Twitter, and there's a lot of reactions. A young man on Twitter, like we will send message on Twitter. Just said to Professor Yemi Osinbajo, he said, let me be your shoemaker, and he sent some of his products, his brown, to Professor Yemi Osinbajo, send them to him on Twitter and say, this is what I do, this is what I can do, and what have you. And before you know, he got a response. Some things you just tweet, probably he was not even thinking, or maybe he meant it. You never can tell. He got a response. This is how leadership should be. Now I tell you what. Overseas, you see children writing to the president, prime minister, or whatever they call, the number one citizen in their country, and you'll be surprised, very surprised, that they will get a response. Yes, they do get a response. You'll be surprised they will get a response. So this is exactly what Osinbajo has done to this young man. This young man who came and told him that, I sent a tweet to him and said, please, I would like to be your shoemaker. He was, before he knew it, the guy got a response. He was overjoyed. Osiba just sent people to come and inspect his shop and want to patronize him and probably help him. You know why this Osibanjo is not very efficient? Because he's not the number one citizen, and there is jurisdiction to him as to what he can do. If he cannot go above the president. It will be tantamount to him wanting to overthrow the citizens, the president. No matter the best or brilliant idea you have, you cannot overthrow the president. You can't. You can't. They used to do that in those days. That's what we call overthrowing or a coup plan and all that. So he must be seen. He must not be seen why the number one is there. It's just like you want to count the numbers. You always start from one before you get to two. It's always one first. Osinbajo is that number one. Vice president, no matter how brilliant his ideas, no matter what good administration he has, giftings and all that, cannot impose it on the president or override the president. In fact, it can be seen as treason. He could go to jail or prison for that. So what are we talking about? This is why we need to be careful. In 2015, Nigerians were not too bothered that the number one citizen just had school leaving certificate. They say, well, if he has Yemi Osinbajo as his vice president, a professor, somebody who is well read, this kind of person, this kind of achievement will be able to put him in line. That's not very correct. That's not very true, because the president does not want to be overridden. And if he senses any form of threat from the vice president, he can actually, it could lead to him saying that the vice president is trying to overtake him and what have you. And there are consequences. There are laws governing this kind and this set of, things. You cannot just sit down and start, overtaking from the president. Well, we are happy for this young man who has gotten response from the president, vice president, I mean to say, telling him that his products can be looked at and see what he has to offer. So these are matters that happen, and this is what it should be, where dreams do really come true. Anyway, my people, what do you think? Osinbajo responding to a man who sent him a message on a tweet saying, I would like to be your shoemaker. And the man really did get it, got a response back. Please leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.